This recipe today that we're doing, which
Yes.
is a porridge, I believe.
We're doing a porridge, yeah.
And where's it come from?
This is one of the recipes that I cook at Eden. I work in a beautiful health retreat in the Currumbin Valley, 400 acres. It's absolutely glorious. Wow. And this is one of the breakfasts we make. So it's super healthy, but it looks beautiful and celebrates gorgeous seasonal fruit.
Excellent.
And I think that porridge gets a bad rap sometimes that you think it's stodgy. But this one is just beautiful and light, and there's a secret ingredient, and I'm going to show you how to make sure it tastes good every time.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
So where do we start?
All right, so we've got our oats. Obviously, we need oats for porridge. Now, I've soaked them, so they've already been sitting in the water, and then I've just drained it off. So it's already started the cooking process and helps them sort of break down and make it easier to digest. So just going to throw that into a saucepan. And for our secret ingredient, it's not cloudy water. It's actually coconut water.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's really good for you. It's naturally really sweet too, so it cooks really beautifully into the oat. Get some heat into it. So oats and coconut water, and then we're going to stew some fruit. I've got rhubarb. I love this stuff. So beautiful. It'll bleed this gorgeous pink colour too into the fruit. It's pretty tart stuff though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like it's sour. So adding sweet things is a really good way to jazz it up a little bit. We're going to put the apples, the rhubarb, and then we've got some frozen berries here too, but you could use fresh. We'll save the fresh stuff to dress and plate up. They're usually snap frozen and retain all their flavour. And there's a bit of moisture in there too, which is going to cook down into our beautiful stewed fruit.
So just chop them up roughly?
Yeah, perfect. I might go and stir this one.
So into this pot?
Into a saucepan, yep. And then we're just going to build some flavour in there. Got a cinnamon stick and some orange juice and orange zest as well.
Okay, cool.
You know those winter warming sort of, those comforting flavours?
It's almost a bit like mulled wine, you know, cinnamon and orange.
Yeah. And rhubarb loves those flavours too. It's all really fun though.
So orange zest?
Orange zest, so zest of one orange and then the juice of an orange.
And the cinnamon?
Cinnamon.
Orange juice are here?
Yep, and then just to nudge along that sweetness, we're just going to use some pure maple syrup.
So these things in first, or you want the berries in at the same time? Or
I reckon throw it all in.
Yeah.
And then I usually add a splash of water as well.
Frozen berries?
Frozen berries.
And that's it?
But use fresh if you like, and we'll add half the strawberries.
Half the strawberries?
Yeah, and then we'll save the
Some
leftovers
nice ones
for the top. Yep.
Awesome. So we'll let that tick over.
Yeah, I might just add
bit of water.
a little splash of water just to get... So I love it that you can build a syrup and then that way it bleeds into the plate when we're going to plate it up. Presentation is everything sometimes.
Yeah, we eat with our eyes.
That's right, and I think porridge can look pretty boring sometimes.
Yeah. I think our compot's looking pretty good here, Georgia.
It's beautiful. Look at the colour, the apples taking on all the pink.
And the aromas, the cinnamon, the
orange.
The orange, yep, and all the berry flavours. Yummo!
Cool. Now look at the consistency of this porridge. You can still see all the oats, but it's got this lovely texture to it.
So a little bit of salt, always a little bit of salt.
Always a little bit of salt in your porridge. Bit of controversy around that one, but I say yes. And what we're going to do, just to tie in that beautiful coconut flavour, we've got coconut water. This is some coconut cream. Luscious stuff. So heat off, and then we're just going to fold through a little bit.
Heat off, just a little bit?
Well, a lot of bit. Excellent. So to plate up, presentation's everything. We eat with our eyes. I think we've got to make it look pretty beautiful. Again, think of porridge. It can look pretty stodgy. So we're going to make it really shine with some of this beautiful seasonal fruit. We'll get our serving plate. Let's put it all together. Look at that. We want it to spill on the plate, sort of like that risotto texture. There we go.
Steamy oats.
And I'm going to put a little bit more of that coconut cream on top too. Isn't this just sing winter?
Yeah.
And you can smell the coconut as well. Going to get a little spoon here. We'll do a drizzle of this on the top. Yum, yum, yum. This is where usually you'd pour the milk over the top. And I wish you could smell it, because all you can smell is that cinnamon and orange and very mulled winey, like you were saying earlier. All right, so we're going to spoon some of this over the top and just watch that beautiful colour and the syrup just bleed all over the...
And of course, if you don't use all of this, chilled down, it's a beautiful compote. You can have it on yogurt and stuff like that.
It keeps for ages as well. A couple of little dots of that. And then just see that rushing in. That's so good, all that syrupy goodness. All right, Some fresh fruit to sort of just lift it, give it some acidity. Got some fresh strawberries.
Wow, those aromas. I'm salivating here,
Yeah,
Georgia.
that's what we want. Look at those blackberries.
Oh.
It's a work of art, absolutely beautiful. You got this tie-dyed sort of colour happening, and then these gorgeous little alyssums just from down here. And I'm just going to give them a little sprinkle over the top.
And what are they?
Alyssums. So a little edible flour.
Well done, mate. That's awesome.
Thank
High
you.
five.
Yeah. Love it.